Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this 2022 Chevy Bolt, and we're going to do the Chrome Delete installation for this vehicle. So as you can see, this is how it looks before the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material, that way it matches the panels on the vehicle. If you like the product, link for the product will be down in the description below. But with that being said, let's get started with the installation video. So before we start with the installation, we want to make sure we prep the panels. So to prep them, just apply any cleaning solution that you may have that's safe for your vehicle to use, and start removing any contaminants that the chrome side door panels might have, and also for the mirror right here. And once you're done removing any contaminants on the chrome panels, make sure that the area is dry, because for this installation you need a dry surface. Okay, so we're going to start by installing the mirror chrome deletes first. So with this one, start from the edge here of the mirror. So as you can see, it will be this edge here. So align it on the edge of the chrome here and just work your way on installing the rest of the film. And it should cover all of it on the top, on the bottom, and on the side here. You might come across some excess material here. That material, you can just trim it off slowly. Just make sure you give yourself enough material to cover the chrome. And just remove the piece that you trimmed off and it should be good. And then the film here, you could either tuck in the film with your squeegee. So you would do it like this, tuck it inside, or you could trim it off depending on how you prefer. It's either tucking in or trimming. And now we move on to this one. Okay, so for this one, it's the same thing. Start from one end, make sure you align it, covering the chrome. You could use either the top half or the bottom half of the chrome as a guide in order to install the film. And then just help it tack down to the curve. And it should sit like this. And then with your finger, just help it tack down little by little. So it should be like this. And then the excess material here, just trim off as well. Just make sure you see where the chrome ends, find the gap, and trim it off. Once you finish trimming, tuck the film inside. And then with the heat gun, apply heat on this one and on the first panel we worked on. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster and it sticks better to the panel. Okay, now we move on with this piece here. So with this one, start off from this section here. So with this one, apply it to the panel first. That way it sticks and we focus on installing it on this edge to stick it. And you want to make sure you give yourself enough material to cover the curve here. So it should be like this, and it should cover this whole curve like that. And then carefully lift the film and use the bottom half as a guide in order to align the film to the panel. So lift it and start aligning the film. Take your time when you're doing this. Align it. And it should be like this. And then with your squeegee, start tacking it down. And then you would do the same for this side. So lift it carefully and use the bottom half as the guide in order to align this one to the panel. So lift it, align, and squeegee. Make sure to remove any air bubbles from behind the film too. And then right here, we're just helping the film curve. And then right here, on this edge and on this top edge, remove the excess material. So find the gap and trim. And now the top. Find the gap, be careful. Right here, just be a little bit more careful because there is rubber in the back of the film here. And now just apply heat to help the film tack down to the panel and also to help it tack down on the curves. Lift the film and squeegee. Okay, and now carefully remove the excess material from the film. And do the same for the top section here. find the edge and trim off. Okay, so now we're moving on to the door panel. So with this one, start by aligning it to this edge first and using the bottom half of the panel as a guide to align the film to the panel here. So align it, make sure you're covering the chrome, and just follow the trim of the chrome to align the film. Okay, now that we finished applying the film to the chrome, you can start squeegeeing the film. So with this one, you can either tuck in the film inside the panel here, or you can trim off the excess material. Just make sure, if you do trim off, be careful not to cut on the rubber gasket here. And then finish off on the top section here. Just make sure you're covering most of the chrome before you trim the film. Okay, so now start by trimming off the excess material. So trim off the side one and then trim off the inside here. So just take your time when you're doing this. And start removing the excess material. Once you trim off the excess material, apply heat to help bring down any film that's still lifting after trimming. So now that we finished this one, we can move on with the rear panel. And the same steps that we did for this one, you would just rinse and repeat for the rear panel piece here. And then once you're done, you move on to the last piece. Okay, so now we're moving on to this piece here. So with this one, start by aligning it on this edge first. So the tip would be there. Align it there. Make sure you're covering the chrome here. And as usual, just make sure you're following the lower trim of the panel as a guide to install it. And make sure there's no air behind the film. So you can use your squeegee to tack it down. And right here, carefully lift the film to have an idea where the chrome panel would end. Place it back down and trim it off. So it should end right here. Trim and trim. It should come off like that. Okay, and now just tuck in the remaining film and whatever that's extra, just trim off. So just go ahead and trim. Just be careful when you're trimming not to cut past the film because you might accidentally cut on the rubber. So just a small cut should be fine. It doesn't have to be too deep. Remove the film carefully. So just trim off the excess material, be careful when you're trimming, and then lift the film and remove that excess material that you trimmed off. And now the last thing to do is apply heat. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster and it sticks better to the panel. So the last thing to do once you finish with the whole installation on the door side panels is post heating. So you use your heat gun and go heat up each panel to make sure we help the adhesive on the film activate faster, and that way we avoid the film from lifting off the panel. So just go on each section, making sure you post heat, and then after that you should be done. Okay, so that concludes the installation video for the side door Chrome Delete installation for the 2023 Chevy Bolt. We hope that this video helped you guys out with the installation. If it did, don't forget to drop a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any upcoming installation videos. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.